Hey guys, here we go. Dr. Casey again. Envision Health Chiropractic and Wellness Center. Y'all know I'm a chiropractor and a board certified nutritionist. Here is part three of the cortisol series. All right, we've already talked about your sleep schedule and your wake schedule. We've already talked about protein intake and fat intake and carbohydrates. Let's talk about caffeine. A lot of us, and sometimes me included, I'm not perfect, I'm a human. Sometimes we tend to need to grab that coffee in the morning, or that caffeine, or that soda. Some of y'all are doing soda, not coffee, whatever. Let's talk about how that negatively impacts your adrenal glands and your cortisol levels, because now you've put your body in a stress response. And when you're already not producing the right amount of cortisol for what your body needs, now you're putting extra load on your body. Now you've zipped your body up artificially, and now it's going to come crashing down a couple hours later. So for those of you that are drinking that coffee or coffees, plural, first thing in the morning and are not hydrated, oh boy, don't get me started on water, because we've already talked about that. But if you're underhydrated, undernourished, and now you're zipping yourself up with caffeine, of course you're going to crash around 10 o'clock in the morning or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So then we're getting another little bit of caffeine to do a pick-me-up, only to crash again at nighttime. And now your body's in such a stress response, and here's what we've done. We're riding those waves and crashing all day long instead of just this nice kind of floating along and having energy. So I have tons of patients who tell me, oh, caffeine doesn't affect me. I can still sleep. I can do all of this. Yeah, you probably still can sleep, but is it restorative sleep? And how is that negatively impacting your cortisol and your other physiologic processes that are going on in the body? So if you want to do your caffeine and you want to have your coffee in the morning, all right, great. But let's try to limit that and not have any more throughout the daytime. Maybe cut your morning coffee or your morning caffeine in half. Okay, or start to taper off of that. I know some of you get headaches if you don't have caffeine. I get that. So that would be a different situation. But if you can, try to taper off that caffeine. If you wanted to do decaf coffee instead, or you wanted to do like a decaf tea or decaf green tea, something like that, there's still a little bit of caffeine in there. But let's not shock your body into waking up and then having it crash 2 hours later. That in and of itself puts your body in a stress response, this fight or flight, and there's already enough stuff going on in this world and during your workday that you don't need to add any extra stress. So there's part 3. Hopefully this tip is handy. You find it helpful. Some of y'all are going to want to like fight me for this, and you're going to just say, oh, whatever, she doesn't know what she's talking about. I know what I'm talking about. Trust me, people feel better after getting rid of the caffeine. We just have to go through that first couple of weeks of uneasiness. So good luck. Email me, call me if you have any questions. I'm here to help. See you next time for the part 4. Okay, bye.